Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I'd like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. Now today's video is I'm kind of in the middle of trying to sort out all this other stuff, so yeah. We're just gonna have a little bit of a crowded workspace, shall we? Today's video is something I got off of eBay. I'm not sure about you, but if you're like my regular viewers and myself, I suspect that you like buying things off of the eBay once in a while. And yeah, I too am an eBay junkie. This was I don't know, I think it was like 40 something. And I believe that it contains silverware. So let's have us a look-see. Now, I will try to include the images of what I was looking at the end of the video if I can. Kind of oscillating right now. They might be on my Patreon page. They might be on at the end of the video. They don't patch very well into the end of the video, but I do like people to get some sort of notion of what I'm looking at when I'm looking at these eBay lots, because it's very valuable to be able to, well, in at least as much as possible, see what a picture looks like versus what real life looks like. Now, here, again, you're watching a video of me doing things, so this still isn't real life versus the eBay pictures, but it's better since most eBay pictures are taken in low light conditions on a phone from 1997. Okay, so why did I buy this lot? Clearly this piece right here is why I bought this lot. Couldn't make out what these hallmarks were, and I needed to know. First and foremost, what a thin little spoon. It has seen better days for sure. It's got some marks on it. A and J-E-N, I think. And what do we have? What are these hallmarks? I feel like I should know what the 3 crowns are. I think the 3 crowns are key here. Well, one of the things I'm going to do here is, before I end this video, I'm going to go figure out what these marks mean, and I'll come back and I'll tell you what these marks mean. But I'm pretty sure they mean this is solid silver. Now, I don't know that it's sterling, but I think it's solid silver. And I think this is all actually repairable. Man, I don't even know. Was a dog chewing on this? How does that even happen? In any case, if that's the only piece of silver in here, I'll be happy because this thing's awesome. And I don't have anything with these hallmarks on it. 3 crowns. Is this Danish? Is this from Denmark? All right, let's have a look and see if we got any other silver in here. From the auction, I didn't expect that there was any other silver. I thought it would all be silver plate, but we'll have a quick check here. Rogers Brothers A1. A1 is a plate mark. This kind of speckly pattern does not give me hope. Yeah, silver plated, made in England. One of the nice things about anything that says it's made in England is if it's made in England but doesn't have proper English hallmarks that look something like that, you know it's not silver. You know it's not solid silver. Really handy thing about the English system. What do we have here? We have something that says AWB, but you can see right there we have this is the typical wear mark on any spoon. You always want to check there first, and you can see where we have silver plate, and then the nickel silver underneath is peeking on through. So we don't need to stress out about that one being silver. Same thing here. You can see this is brass, looks like. that's good for me because I needed to do a video where I show what brass looks like underneath silver. Toll electroplate EP. Let me put that one somewhere for a video. What else do we have in here? Rogers Brothers IS. That one's just plate. Very, very common pattern. I don't know the name of it, but I see the pattern a lot. Interesting. Why don't we evaluate it? It feels nice. Sweden! Look at that. Sweden. There we go. So, okay, yep. So that's going to be Swedish Silver, probably like 830. We may be able to date it with these hallmarks too. That's cool. Okay. And here we have some interesting marks, but I think the NS stands for nickel silver probably. Just because you see this color too isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think in this case it is, because you know we have a piece that's plated. You can see there with my yeah, I think we're just looking at plate over nickel silver, which is to be expected. All right, what do we have here? Cool shape. National Silver Company. Now, if this were sterling, it would say sterling. It's one of the nice things about a lot of these American brands that are like the newer ones, is they will be very clear. This is pretty cool. Kind of an interesting little pattern. I like the pattern. I'm getting a plated vibe off of it, but I never quite know. Yep, community plate. Interesting. Huh. That is one that I have not seen. Here we have one that's handily telling us silver plate, but it's cool because it's in the bag and it's I forget what shape that is, but I bet you somebody's going to want that one. This looks like plate again, more modern. Yep, Reed and Barton. Oh, same one. And then last, plate, I think, because I feel like I've seen that pattern, but let's just double check. Yep, Rogers Brothers. 1847 Rogers Brothers, that's plate. Okay, so we got a little bit of silver. Just a wee bit of silver. How did we do on our wee bit of silver? Let me find my scale real quick. I don't think we got $50 worth of silver, but we'll see. What is silver? $2.50. You know, we didn't do that bad, honestly. Silver is so stinking high that we did kind of okay. Maybe we overpaid a little bit. You know what? I'm not that worried about it because I just think this spoon is great. And I'm going to now stop this video, look up these hallmarks, verify that it is in fact Swedish, which I think it is. And I think we'll be able to get a year, possibly a maker off of that, because good hallmarks are a real treat. All right, so I was able to find a little bit on it, but it looks like a lot of the standardization for Swedish hallmarks came after 1912. And our X6 mark here is a date code, which indicates 1900. So this spoon is from 1900. And because of that, the lists that I have are like post 1912. And I couldn't find this CAA, and I couldn't figure out what this mark means. After 1912, this probably would have been like a town mark, which means this could be a town mark. That's definitely the maker's mark right there. But for the time that I have at the moment, I couldn't tell you anything about the spoon other than it's at least 83% silver, and it was made in 1900, clearly for some kind of event, like a baby spoon or anniversary or something. And the nice thing is it is repairable. So did I buy silver under spot? I did not. I think I bought this at a slight premium. Was it a good lot for me? Absolutely. Am I happy? Absolutely. And then at some point here, we'll figure out how to fix this. I'm pretty sure this can be fixed, and it's cool. I don't know that I have any other Swedish silver, so having a good example of the Swedish hallmarks is pretty cool. I've got a ton of Norwegian silver, but I think this might be my first Swedish, which seems odd to me, but you know what? That's just how it goes. Whatever the great material continuum decides to send my way is what I end up with. With that, I will finish out this video. I hope that you learned something in it that you can use to go out and find yourself some treasure.
Like this, I've been Thomas.